Hello, I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community. I've been a trader and technical analyst for the last 8.5 years. Today, I'm going to bring you the market recap for Tuesday, November 12th. Let's take a look at the heat map. Starting with NVDA. NVDA had a pretty big up day, up 2%. Microsoft was up 1%. Amazon was green, and we had the communication sector that was green. And then we had a lot of red otherwise. The right names were green that kept the market from completely falling over. If you want to give me a follow on X at ChartGalLori, that would be lovely. Taking a look at the economic calendar, we have a nail biter tomorrow, CPI. Well, CPI, we never know what it actually will be, so it's technically always a nail biter. I would say even more so this time because it could impact the market and bring more meaningful consolidation into the picture, more so than what we had today. What did we have today? Let's take a look, starting with ES. So on ES, we have a potential daily bull flag. We have plenty of room for a daily higher low. Hourly got oversold today, and that marked that higher low today. It marked the low for the day, and then we got a pretty massive bounce, making room for an hourly higher low. The question is, can we get that hourly trend change and then confirm the daily higher low? NASDAQ, we're stuck below the EMAs. This is also a potential daily bull flag. And on the hourly chart, we grazed oversold, and that created a massive bounce. Again, the right names were green today. It wasn't a massive amount of names. We didn't have a ton of breadth. However, it was the right names that were green. RTY was the leader to the downside. So we had a massive move to the downside on the Russell. The Russell is still looking for a daily higher low. We got oversold on the hourly, and so far that did not produce a massive bounce like it did on SPY and NASDAQ. So we'll have to wait and see tomorrow what the CPI brings and what the market brings. But bears will be looking to top fish 4-hour lower highs on the Russell. Looking at the Dow was the second weakest right behind the Russell. So the Dow, we're closing near the low of day. We're holding 44,000 psychological. That's important to remember. And we are looking for a daily higher low. Hourly got oversold, and that did not mark the low of day. Something to note. VIX, we held this 1466 back from last Friday. So from last Friday, we have a double bottom on VIX at this point. We held it by 3 pennies. That'll be important going into tomorrow. VIX continues to melt down. There's not a lot of hedging going into CPI tomorrow, that's for sure. Bitcoin keeps the crown nice and fixed on its head of being the bull queen. Wonderful day today, finishing strong here toward the end of day. New all-time high. Back burner, keep doing it till it stops working. I was live right here on this candle this morning. I pointed out that the 4-hour was touching that 12 EMA, which is where bulls like to buy after a big extension, bull extension, and that's what happened. We bought right here on that 4-hour 12 EMA. We got a new high of day by $17. Bulls want a little more convincing, but at this point, Bitcoin keeps that crown nice and tight. Ethereum is weaker. Ethereum is not in blue sky breakout. So if you're looking for a crypto to short of Bitcoin and Ethereum, I would be looking more toward Ethereum because we are not in blue sky breakout. 4-hour is holding the 12 EMA just fine on Ethereum. MSTR with a new all-time high today, 368.9. We do have an after hours resistance of 369.50, and we closed up near the high of day. Yeah, we closed up near the high of day. So MSTR is a very bullish chart. Coin, we are not in blue sky breakout. We closed with a daily inside bar today. Your next resistance above 327 is 368.90. we are closing with a tightening 4-hour chart, third 4-hour inside bar. We'll see if we can lose these hourly EMAs tomorrow for more meaningful consolidation. But right now, crypto holds the crown. Dollar has been super strong. We have a resistance here of 106.13. We broke that by 4 pennies today. Then we had 106.49 as your next resistance. We did have a pretty big pullback on the hourly chart, looking for an hourly lower high on the next bounce. Commodities are getting the brunt of the dollar strength as far as taking it in the chin. We have the gold, below the hourly 12 EMA, below the 4-hour 12 EMA, and we lost weekly support. So gold continues to melt down as the dollar continues to melt up. Oil, we have API estimates after hours at 4:30 Eastern, and we have inventory tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern. We are looking for a weekly higher low compared to 66.72. 4-hour got oversold, and we have not definitively marked that weekly higher low yet. Bulls need to get some type of trend change on that hourly chart to say, okay, we're one step closer to getting that weekly higher low, and we haven't been able to do that. SMH, last week's huge run, we were not at all-time highs, something to remember, and we have NVDA earnings next week. So semis are still below the hourly 12 EMA and still below the 4-hour EMAs. So semis on a bounce, we're looking for a 4-hour lower high. AMD is weak. We are looking for a potential weekly higher low. We haven't set that yet. And we're looking for a daily higher low, 141.52, 141.55 double bottom today. On a bounce, we're still looking for an hourly lower high compared to today's high. AMD is still weak. NVIDIA, we're looking for that daily higher low, and that was set today once we broke over yesterday's high. We closed with an hourly EQ. We couldn't get over the all-time high. We came within 12 cents of it. So on NVIDIA, it is positioned well for more bull continuation over $150 tomorrow. We'll see if that can happen. Heavily dependent on CPI. SMCI continues to melt down with hourly 12 EMA. Overhead, 4-hour 12 EMA overhead. We're still holding this support of 2020. SMCI had that news, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, that Ernst & Young pulled away as their auditor, saying that there was some type of bad behavior or bad actors. And then last week we were supposed to have earnings, and they only reported the forward-looking earnings for first quarter of 2025, what their forecast was. So SMCI, they need some type of response to that SEC filing in order to possibly get out of the hot water, and no sign of that yet. Tesla, we're looking for a potential daily higher low. Hourly did not get oversold today. So tomorrow, if we were to wake up to a gap down situation where hourly is oversold, that could be a great opportunity to scout that daily higher low. I will be looking for that as top watch tomorrow if we gap down tomorrow into hourly oversold. And then finally, Shop had a wonderful day on earnings. We were up 21%. They closed very weak. Little upper wicket profit taking here. So above 114.51, your next resistance is 119.12. Bulls have made enough room for an hourly higher low compared to the low of day today. But again, not the finish that bulls were looking for. So Shop had great earnings. Obviously, I did not look at the guidance, but obviously something was decent there for them to shoot up the way they did. But they gave a lot back. So we'll be watching tomorrow. 106 is the low of today to see if they can get an hourly higher low compared to 106. So don't forget, give me a follow on X at Chart Gallery right there. And y'all have a wonderful evening.